Okay, that's your life. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday night's episode of Mauls, Balls and All the Breakdown. We'll be reviewing the 5 weekend games. Tonight we are joined by Matt Boland, James Grennan and Richard Holland. Richard, since we start off with Munster, I'll come to you first. Lost 28-25 to Glasgow.
Jesus! Now I know Glasgow are a good team, but I was up. I was up home. I was watching it with my father, and I literally spent the 80 minutes screaming at the television. Munster were fucking terrible. It was just awful. Well, no, actually they weren't. When they took off Tony Butler, Munster just went to bits. I can't explain it. Now I know that what you call him to come on. He's a centre, but they were playing him at 10, which goes to show you how bad Billy Burns is, I suppose. But no, look, they were terrible, and they didn't deserve to win it. They didn't deserve that now. They got a losing bonus point out, but they didn't even deserve that. I'll be honest with you, they were terrible.
But to be honest with you, we were 25-14 up with 15 minutes left.
And then Butler come off, and that was the end of.
The end of that,
yeah. No, I like Butler. I think Butler might be one for the future. He seems to have a good head on him.
Yeah. But maybe it's just got the wrong game at the wrong time, maybe.
Yeah.
Bring him off,
Even what they call him, the scrum half. And I'm not as big as Paddy Patterson. Paddy Patterson was good. He had a good game. He controlled the game.
Yeah.
Up until the point that he went off.
Yeah, and just Ethan Coughlin that came on for him, was it? Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going. Now at that stage they were going. They were kind of the backs were going backwards, and so were the forwards. That was the way it was.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get any sort of good ball when you're under that kind of pressure.
I'd say hello to Christopher Goff and Gregor Galloway as well. Anyway, Gregor said as well that was the one I missed. That the Wendy ball game. Hope you enjoyed it anyway, Gregor. James, the Glasgow Munster game. Glasgow winning 28-25.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on that one?
I'm trying to remember it, to be honest with you. It wasn't that memorable of a game. I think Munster just did everything in their power to lose that game. Rather than Glasgow are a good team, all right, but Munster were just. They weren't the usual killer instinct that you'd expect from Munster anyway. I think Tom Farrell had a good game. That's about the only upside to it. He can't be far away from an Ireland call-up. He's got to.
Every time he goes out, he seems to play well. Just looking at the stat, just on possession alone, we had 53% of the possession and still managed. We still conspired to lose.
Yeah,
hard to believe.
Matt, do you have any thoughts on the Munster game against Glasgow?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, even though Munster didn't play well,
you just have to see where the dog has gone. Sorry,
they could have won that, and they probably should have. Only for what Richie was saying, like when they took off, what's his name? Tony Butler. When they took him off, they seemed to just lose their connection. But they had some of the plays and some of their tries were taken really, really well. Sean O'Brien's. The first of his 2 tries was, I don't know how he got the ball down. There was 4 fucking Glasgow players in front of him, and he managed to still get the try down, or the ball down on the try by stretching out his arm. It was just unbelievable. And then his second one as well was quite a good one. So they had flashes of brilliance, which is kind of more annoying because Munster teams of old, like I used to fucking hate watching Munster play Leinster because it was always guaranteed you were going to get fucking slaughtered for years, and that's what's kind of lacking in Munster now at the moment. But they really should have won that game. They really should have.
Matt, that's been us all season. There has been little flashes, and you kind of go, all right, okay.
I know, and that's
there. And then the next match to go out and just go to bits.
I know, and that's the frustrating part because that's not what Munster is. That's not what yous are about.
Try being a Connacht supporter, lads.
Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, James.
We'll get to that.
But you know what I mean? Munster, stand up and fight. There just doesn't seem to be that stand up and fight anymore. You know, where they'd go down to the fucking wire and die on the pitch if they fucking had to. Whereas, it was frustrating to watch because they should have and could have won that game quite easily.
They should have been out with sight at half time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Greg was saying there that surely Tom Farland's summer squad or summer tour squad for Ireland, I'd say he will probably get a chance. All right, I'd say hopefully anyway. Would you not agree with that?
Yeah, well, we're going to have lads away for the Lions tour, so chances are there's going to be at least 2 of the 3 Irish centres, if not all 3 of them, going down the Lions tour. So.
And you can add Cathal Ford into the mix as well, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We're coming, James. We're coming.
Calm down, James. Calm down.
Giggity. There you go.
See that? See that?
There you go. That's Dara happy. All Munster had a consistency of rolling out the same plan every week, but executing it every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
There's not more continuity.
I think Munster of old used to win out of pure stubbornness more than anything else.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I was trying to get at earlier, James. You took the words out of my mouth. Fair fucking play to you. It was the pure, dogged stubbornness.
We're not going to lose this game.
They were never going away. No matter you'd score and they just come back and score again, and you'd be like, "Fucking hell!"
Yeah, do they never know when to die? You know.
Yeah.
But now they do, unfortunately.
Yeah. Matt, I'll ask you this when I come around to all of you on this. Do you think the Glasgow bench made more of a difference when they came on compared to the Munster bench?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you had Matt Fagerson coming off the bench and a couple of the fucking returning Scottish team as well that were on the bench, and you could see the parity there from the Glasgow bench coming on to the Munster bench coming on, whereas Glasgow seemed to bring on their subs and got better into the game, whereas Munster brought on their subs and seemed to just fade away a little bit, which is a shame, really. But again, Munster are missing fairly few key players for them. I get that as well, but you know, you can't be making giving that as an excuse, you know. And same with Leinster or any other team, you know. You can't use you play the team that's in front of you with the team that you have and the team that's been selected. And if the coach has picked you to play a game, he expects you to do a job, and you should be going out there and doing the job.
Yeah. James, your thoughts on that? The Glasgow versus Munster bench and the impact?
I just agree with everything that Matt said there. Just made a huge difference, and Munster didn't.
Yeah, it's like I said right from the get go. As soon as Butler went off,
that was it.
That was it. Now again, I think they changed the 1, 2, and 3 at the same time as well, and the scrum wasn't the same after that. No disrespect to John Ryan, but the man is 38 years of age now. You know,
is he 38?
Yeah.
Fuck. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't see many props that age now. You don't see
like any players that age in fucking rugby at that time.
And the first scrum that came in, he got absolutely minced. You know,
you know yourselves, lads. Like being a fucking forward and in that pack, it's a young man's game. You know, like Cian Healy has done very, very well to last that long to the standard that he did to the end of his international career. But
he's the exception to the rule. Really.
Well, where he's the exception to the rule, it's a very, very tough. It's very tough to get past even fucking 32, 33. Like,
yeah, I see it as Joe Lyons comment here saying they were as forgiving as my mother-in-law, which must be very forgiving. I'm sure, Joe.
Just to keep you watching, Joe.
Sure this one.
Does she watch this show, Joe?
You take a screenshot and post it to her.
Yeah. Listen down to wife, you there that way. Peter coming in says, didn't Reggie Corrigan say it's an old man's game being a prop?
There is a little bit of it, because props tend to mature a little bit. Whereas a back will mature between 25 and 28. A prop really doesn't mature till 30, really. It
totally makes sense what he's saying, but like, you know, if you could get an old prop's head and his mind and stick it into a young person's body, everybody be fucked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, just so you know, I'm going to put that up there again. If anyone wants to screenshot it and send it on, Joe, now's the time to do it. Mike Sheedy in as well, anyway, even Mike. Munster Young Guns did us proud. The Warriors were too strong.
No,
They were.
that not taken away from Glasgow, because Glasgow, well, they're defending champions. They're a serious outfit.
Yeah. They're going to be contenders as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you got to remember, they went down to South Africa and nobody gave them a fucking chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were the same the year before.
Yeah.
We went down there on a hiding to nothing the year before, and we done them.
Yeah. So, these things can happen, yeah.
The South Africans don't like to talk about that, though.
No, they don't. For some reason, you bring it up, and they have 4 World Cups, can't get past the quarter final. They're going to stuff. Matt, I'll come to you on this one. France 27, Ireland 15. First round of the Women's Six Nations. Do you see the match in my training?
I watched that game in its entirety, and it was one of the best games I've seen in a long, long time. Right? All credit to the girls. Right? That scoreline didn't reflect how they played, because a couple of key handling errors, France got scores off, and that's an easy fix. Like, they are serious contenders in this Six Nations this year, because I don't know what the coach has done in the last year, because they are unbelievable this year. And I'd say if they can play like they did against France and sort out their handling errors and the couple of stray kicks that they had, they will fucking put it up to the Red Roses. I'm telling you, that'll be a fucking cracker of a game. And
is that the next game up?
No,
I don't
27th of April, I think.
All right.
So to be round 3, because we got Italy away now Sunday.
But Jesus Christ, they were phenomenal. There were some really, really good standout performances by some of even some new girls. That girl, Ruth Campbell.
Yeah.
What about Aoife Wafer? Jesus Christ.
I tell you, she'd give a fair fucking go to some of the men out there in some of the fucking games.
When you look at that try that Aoife Wafer went in for there, she went through 3 or 4 of the French defenders, and these weren't.
When you say went through them, she went clean.
She went through them, yeah. And these weren't backs; these were forwards, like international quality, top quality French defenders, and she went through them. And carried 2 of them with her. And
you got to remember, right? Like, I keep banging on about this. Like, they were fucking professional way before Ireland were.
Yeah.
By about a decade.
Like, they have years on us, and for the girls to do that well in that game, and only really lose from a couple of handling errors or a couple of stray kicks is a fucking phenomenal result. Like, in the years. I mean, when were they made professional? 2-3 years ago, max.
That's all, yeah.
2 years ago, really.
2 years ago.
We were talking down on the show here, yeah.
Unbelievable.
I still can't get used to not hearing Emily Murphy Crow. when
She's always Murphy Crow.
Well, I tell you, I can't wait to watch them again. I really can't wait to see them again, because they were a joy to watch. And some of the flow rugby was absolutely brilliant. It really was. When they got going, they were fucking phenomenal. And like, some of the breaking plays and passing and fucking offloads where, like, some of the lads, I'm not being funny, but some of the lads could probably learn a thing or two. Like,
That's some of their handling with. Yeah.
Wafer done all right for the Scalder, like, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. To be honest with you, she is an absolute unit and a half. And
I was reading she plays 7s as well.
Does she?
Probably right, yeah.
She's just one of these all-round athletes,
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. There's actually another back row as well that was in there, Erin King.
She was great.
She was brilliant. She was brilliant. Yeah. But there was a couple of them. Lane did really well. And that other fucking girl. Can't think of her name.
Coming from fullback did well.
Yeah.
Stacey Todd.
Stacey Todd. Yeah,
she was really good.
Yeah,
fucking there was some really good standout performances. That girl O'Dowd in the pack, and the hooker, what's her name, Neve Jones. She was brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really excited by that girls team. I really am.
Yeah.
Some of them are absolute fucking burners as well. That girl Costigan as well. She is a fucking flyer.
Yeah. She's I think one of the top try scorers for the women's sevens squad as well.
Yeah.
So,
Like if she gets the ball and she's gone, she's like fucking Shane Williams or whoever. Fucking
if she gets a step on you, you're on.
Yeah. Oh, Gonzo. Yeah. 100%.
that is it. Who was your or as well? Neve Jones won the women's premiership title the previous week with Colchester Hartputty as well. So she's bringing an awful lot of the experience in there. Plus the fact that I think Exeter Chiefs re-signed Dorothy Wall for another season in the women's premiership. That's kind of bringing on the women as well because they're playing at a higher level, maybe over in England, and that's kind of transplanting into the Irish squad. Maybe similar to men's 30-odd years ago.
Yeah, and she had a great game as well, Dorothy Wall.
Yeah.
What like it's the core of that team is still the same as last year, and they're streets ahead of where they were. Streets ahead.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I wonder what. Okay, I wonder what the new head coach has done. How has he got this performance out of them? Is it just a bounce from it, or that skill, that talent must have been there all along anyway? But
he's clearly just harnessed it in whatever way he's done it. He's just brought them out in themselves because
they're probably maybe a happier bunch together as well.
They're really they seem to have to buy into whatever he's selling.
100%. Yeah.
The thing about Scott Mendes, he's the former attack coach for the England team, the Red Roses team.
Okay.
So when you're playing with that level of squad, you're going to learn a whole lot. So coming to Ireland, doing that, he's probably got his ways, for the women to buy into this, which is really showing now as well. So when you're playing with such quality.
But just if I can for a second talk about the French 10, talk about a kicker. Oh my God, there wasn't anything that there wasn't a spot in the field that she couldn't knock it over from, and she was a big difference to the game. Like, it kind of broke our spirit a bit, I think, when she kept knocking over penalties from the halfway line. Fucking every conversion, nailed it every single time. She was
the difference, really.
She was incredible.
There's quite a few comments coming in there, Danny.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing it here.
Our girl unfortunately didn't have a great day. It happened to everybody.
Yeah.
But she's a good kicker. Our tennis, she's a good kicker, but
it's a bad day for the team.
When the first one or two went wrong, it kind of got in her head a bit, which is a pity.
Yeah,
she get over that.
Yeah, it's just one of those bad games. Gregor Gall said I was proud of the ladies' wafer stood out. Yeah. She is a unit and a half, to be honest with you. Gregor's as well here again. The French have like a professional league in England? They have something very similar, and I think Linda Dujang was over there for a year as well, playing in that league.
They're professional for as long as the English are, and granted, we are still catching up, but the gap is definitely starting to close. Their things are starting to show.
Yeah, massively.
See, unfortunately, we didn't have a kicker on the park. Difficult as the kicks were, but look, onwards and upwards. Let's see, Gregor, again, there was a Neve Jones fan club in the ground. But Neve Jones is no woman, so I suppose there's bound to be a lot there supporting their own well. Joe Lyons in here. It's said that they lost and messed up, switching the girls between 7s and 15s back in 2013 when we should have kicked on in the women's game. Irish dropped the ball, and the players that we were getting from the GA didn't continue to move to rugby, but headed to Australia instead, to AFL. But now the women's game definitely seems to be getting some serious players. I think we've had the players, we just didn't maybe have the right pathways for them, because like you've got the Celtic Challenge now helping them, and that's along with the professional contracts. and the head coach of Scotland Man coming in as well. So I think enough went wrong a few last 2 years for everything to make a difference now. Let's see. Gregory, you mean the 15?
He's corrected me. It was the 15. You're right, Gregor.
Yeah.
She was doing all the kicking. She was immense.
Yeah. I said no. I'm not sure if I have her name here now. I'll find this. Conversion. Bougares, I think was her name.
Yeah.
Morgan Bougares, yeah.
I'm sure you made an absolute fucking dog's dinner of that fucking name.
Probably right anyway. Or Bougios anyway, wherever you pronounce it.
With the Kerry accent.
Mange too, Rod. Mange too.
Oh, the one player that did impress me was the French scrum half. Borden Sanus. The way she's kind of directing traffic. An awful lot hard to French.
I actually think the Ireland marshalled her really well because they didn't. Yeah. They had her well marked, and I don't think she could play the game that she wanted to play or the game that she normally plays. So she's a bit like the DuPont of fucking women's rugby. Like, she's a great player and a great scrum half, but I think Ireland did a number on her and they just fucking didn't let her play. So. Yeah,
but I said this in the group chat because I watched the game yesterday evening kind of late. And the one thing I'd say is the rush defense by France at times seemed very kept forced the errors an awful lot for Ireland, I think. Mm-hmm. But what's I going to say? Oh yeah, the red card for France. Is that the right call?
Yeah.
All day long.
All day long.
Yeah.
Now again, it's worked to our advantage with the men's when Ringrose sent off, but I still don't agree with the 20-minute red card.
It's a lot of shit. They really need to get fucking rid of it. It's a lot of bollocks.
Yeah. No.
And look, we've spent fucking weeks on this on different shows and how fucking shit we think it is, and I really wish fucking somebody would listen to us because it's crap.
Yeah, but if you talk to anyone who even knows just a minute amount of thing about rugby, and you explain the red card to them, they go, "What?
Yeah.
How was that fair?"
Yeah, how was that fair? Is right. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the one thing I'd say was it Eve Higgins? I think that took the hit. You could see straight away. The minute she took the hit, the French player just stopped straight away. I thought that was very good.
She came over to apologise as well. Before she went off, which was a nice touch,
Yeah.
That's what you want to see in the game.
No, we're by no means. I don't think any of us are saying that was deliberate, but it was just
no, it wasn't.
It was a rugby incident, but it was one of these things.
Yeah,
poor tackle technique.
You could see like the minute I saw the tackle going in, the French player just kind of go down to Higgins and kind of make sure she was all right. I kind of knew there wasn't any malice meant in the tackle. It's just unfortunately the way it happened.
Unfortunately, this rugby is a game. It's a full contact sport, and sometimes this is just what happens in the game. There's no player out there that intentionally goes out to hurt another player, even in the men's, in the women's, underage, kids, everything. Nobody goes out to do that purposely, and it's always down to mistiming or poor tackle technique, and that's it. And all they can do about it is just get stricter with the punishments, like when it happens. That's why I think they're taking this whole 20-minute red card is taking the severity out of these kind of tackles, whereas they're kind of saying, well, look, you'll get a 20-minute card and you'll be able to replace the player. That player won't come on and they might have to do tackle school, but it's still taking that little bit of danger out of it, really, but the
other side of the coin, Matt, is potentially your best player is going off, and he or she is not coming back on because they're gone. They're failing their HIA.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the other thing. And we spoke about this at the start when they said when they were bringing it in to trial it down in the Southern Hemisphere. We always said it's going to take one of the younger players or the lesser known players to just go and target a player, take him out of the game, and then he's gone. Like I'm just picking this as an example. This is a really terrible example, but it's the only one I can think of at the minute. If Tyburn and Andrew Porter purposely fucking targeted DuPont to take him out of the game, and that's basically what we thought back then. But you're right, it essentially is taking a player out of the game, because when you get a head knock, any sort of head knock, you're straight off for a HIA now. There's no more of this kind of you're grand, like sweep it under the carpet type thing. It's a massive issue in world rugby, not only in professional level, down through the leagues, and I get that. But like you said, Richie, people will, you lose a good player, and why should the offending team not suffer?
Are we getting a few? The head knocking players go off and all that, but the sensors and the gum shields. Was there a little bit of false positives in the gum shields over the weekend? A couple of players were called off for HIAs there.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah, and they were saying, "What, me? I didn't get a badge to the head. What the hell are you bringing me off for?"
It works. It works in an impact G. So if the sensor picks over a certain G force, it automatically pings it, and you have to go off to be checked.
But this is the thing, right? Everybody's different, right? So everybody's strength is different. Everybody's speed is different. Everybody's intelligence is different. Everybody's personality is different, right? So if somebody runs into Richie and runs into me, I'm probably going to get knocked out. Richie's not. So it might still register in Richie's fucking gum shield, but that instance mightn't actually affect Richie, but yeah, he's still going off. So them sensors I don't think they're worth anything really, because they're not telling the full tale.
The NFL do a thing where they can actually tell from a saliva test. There's some enzyme that you release. Yeah, there is a thing. I only remember reading about it briefly. So if you take an impact to the head, they can actually check if there's something released in your saliva, some sort of enzyme or something, and they can test that. And within 5 minutes, they'll know if you have a concussion or not. Now, that could only be as a very early stages of development, but that definitely might be something to look at.
Absolutely. That'd be better than a fucking sensor in a gum shield.
Yeah, because the NFL had the same problem with concussions that rugby do as well. Gregor Gall agreeing with the 20-minute red card, being absolutely an utter shite. He was wonder did he do tackle school in the Women's Six Nations?
They do.
They do. Yeah. It's supposed to be the same thing across the board for all.
Once they're professional, they'll be governed by the same rules and regulations.
Yeah. France team and England team, they are together, but Irish women team are only together a few weeks before Six Nations. Girls proud, yeah. No, I would say an awful lot of the squad was together with the two teams in the Celtic Challenge, so obviously that might have helped some bit as well anyway. Let's see, it's a complete bag of shite. There is no red. No, just complete cop out by officials and complete free-for-all as 20 minutes, you're back and the key player done blood boiling stupidity. We are rewarding cynical play and penalising teams. Purpose of red was to bring the team back to its initial state. How can that be done? Bring it back to straight red.
No, Joe, you need to get off the fence now, Joe, and tell us what you really think.
I think he's dead fucking right. It is it's a complete bag of shite. He's fucking right.
You're right.
Gregor Galway here as well. Replying to Mike Sheedy. Yeah, I was there. So good to see many young girls there. I hope they were inspired to play rugby for Ireland. Yeah, which is a good sign as well. Anyway, and it's kind of nice that they are getting that bit more exposure as well, Joe, throughout various platforms and stuff.
Yeah, my daughter was watching it anyway, and she's very much she's mad about it now. She loves this. And she knew all the players' names a lot better than I do, and she's really into it. And she knows that some of her, some of the players come from her club, her previous club. She's with Corinthians now, which is with Galwegians. So good to see that, and there's that connection, so she can see a pathway through to playing for Ireland. Which is real for her, which is great.
Yeah. But James, if she can teach you about women's rugby, hopefully she can teach you better jokes.
There's no hope for that.
Sorry, James, I had to get that in there.
I had to get that. better
non-starter that one.
than the fucking jokes, that's for sure.
Yeah, once you've heard one rugby joke, you've heard them all.
So you keep that up your jumper as well, James, do you?
Yeah. This is in there. So there. Matt, I'm going to do what I did to Richard earlier on.
That's all right.
Goal 21, Leinster 20.
I see how this is going. I fucking see how this is going. Come on.
Oh, look, I mean, again, like, you pick a team to go and play a game, you expect them to win. And realistically, they should have won, And when Ross kicked that point at whatever time on the clock, 74, 75, 76 minutes, I said, that's the game done. Like, but, you can just never, the game is never over until the final whistle blows. And from when that scrum was happening in the dying seconds of the game, I knew it was only going to go one way. And the South Africans targeted, and rightly so. They went after it. Now, people were saying that they fucking pushed early. I don't think they did. Like,
the ref would have called it.
The ref would have called it if they had pushed early. But somebody had pointed out before the scrum was even called for, there should have been a penalty to Leinster anyway. So it should have never gone to a scrum anyway. I didn't see what he was talking about. Didn't know what was happening. But look, Loftus Fairfield is a very tough place to go, and especially like for like going down for a URC game where you can't go down 2 or 3 weeks in advance and get acclimatized. They did really well, and kicking themselves to lose that game. They really will, and I think you could see the disappointment in their face because they should have won, and they really should have won. And I think that was definitely one that got away. And what's going to hurt them then even more is because of the last kick of the game, they lost by a point, and then their winning streak is gone. So they're not 13-0 anymore. They're
Jesus, I tell you, Joe's on the Weetabix this morning. He's on it again. 3 HIAs, 2 neck rolls, no arms lunge on a player's knee, and that was in the first 10 minutes.
He's right. Yeah, there was shit.
He is right. He is right. But again,
6 penalties and numerous warnings to Bulls, yet no penalty against them. But the Will Connors incident was pure scrum. Sorry, refs have a duty of care towards players. Players will push as far as they can. It's down to the officials to rein that in, and that's what was missing in the Bulls game.
I'm not one for blaming referees. I really am. I don't like, because there's so many people down there that they'll jump on anything, and it's very hard for referees, and they get an awful lot of stick. But all these people that give out shite about referees, they wouldn't go on and ref themselves. I fucking certainly wouldn't. It's impossible to ref a rugby game.
I refed a minis match one time, and that was enough for me, I swear to God.
I used to do it as well. When my son was playing in minis, and you'd ref a game, and it's literally chaotic. So much shit happens, and then you've the fucking parents coming over to you, and they're like, here, you take the fucking whistle then.
Yeah, and
to me, that game, the scrums were a mess because of Whitehouse.
Yeah.
Even just coming into it, there was 4 resets of a scrum just before the Bulls got that penalty.
Yeah. It went on. It was. I think it was 4 minutes in total to get that one scrum. Yeah. Which is madness.
And that's because at one stage Leinster had the ball out and gone, and he still called it back.
Yeah.
The ball was at the feet of the 8, and the scrum half was coming in to take it, and he blew the whistle for a reset. That scrum was complete in my eyes. It's done.
And there's the contrast there with Holly Davidson in the women's match. There was a scrum had collapsed, but the ball was out at the 8's feet, and the scrum half took it, and she allowed that to play on, which was the right thing to do. Keep the fucking game moving.
If the ball is out and the scrum is down, if the ball is at the base of the scrum and the scrum goes down, just fucking play it on, because you know what's going to happen. You're going to reset. You're going to waste another 2 or 3 minutes getting the fucking lads together. And at that stage, they're already in their heads going, oh, fuck, was it me? Did I pull it down? Am I doing this wrong? Blah, blah, blah. And they're all going through all the fucking points. And it's just taking longer and longer and longer. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened at the end of that game.
All the ref has to do is just call the ball is available. Play on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I like Scar Roots 2000 comment there. When you were all about not to play about referees, Matt. Regardless of scrum penalty at the end, it was 80 minutes of the Ben Whitehouse show. The guys stick to officiating underage rugby where he can listen to himself all day.
Yeah, there was a little bit. He liked the sound of his own voice, and I think he was very, very happy when he was on the tannoy, so that the whole crowd could hear what his thoughts were.
Look, I'm fully on the bandwagon. Like sometimes refs do get it wrong, and Ben Whitehouse is renowned for getting things wrong, and that's why his nickname is Ben Shitehouse. But in saying that, like this is a game of respect, right? Yeah. And it's drilled into you from a young age. You respect your opposition, you respect your players, you respect the referee, you respect yourself on the pitch, you respect yourself off the pitch. And if we're going to go down the road of blaming refs and doing this and doing that, you're taking all the values out of the game. And that's what I don't want. You know better
than a South African.
Exactly. Yeah. Or a football, or even worse, a fucking football fan.
Yeah.
So look, I know Joe says they really hate bashing a ref.
Yeah.
But Ben Whitehouse is simply not up to the level on both teams what a ref is wanting. And he's right. Yes, of course he is. He's not on the level. But again, like he's there to do a job. He's reffing a game, and he is relying on help as well, because you need the TMO in your ear going, right, there's something you need to check, or the linesmen on either side are genuinely looking at the offline or the offside lines, and our players on the back foot and looking at the scrums going, oh, he pulled it down, blah, 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 and all that sort of stuff. There's so much going on. So we do not want to stoop to that level because it just takes everything out of the game.
Yeah. One more thing I would say here before we move on. Peter Burke, I would love to referee a match.
I would love to see him referee a match.
God.
I would love to see him referee a match. I'd fucking pay to see that.
That'll be hilarious.
Richie, would you be up for doing TMO for that match if Peter was refereeing it?
Who's that?
No, he's on his own.
No, I do TMO because I could be in his ear then fucking annoying him the whole fucking game.
Telling him jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what's the one you told your daughter, James, when you're coming home Saturday?
What was that one? Oh yeah.
No, don't hear it. No, go ahead.
They had a match down in Tullamore, and I had half the team in the car with me anyway, and they were saying, how much further is it? And I said, Tullamore is an awfully long way away from Galway. took them about 3 seconds to get it. But anyway,
if you just owed you on the spot, I wouldn't say it.
She was mortified. She was absolutely mortified.
I'd have fucking undone your seatbelt and kicked you out the fucking door.
and he was driving.
I think they just managed to found their way home one way or another anyway. Richard, I'll come to you on this one. Ulster 34, Dragons 30. Did you see the game?
I seen bits of it. I didn't see it all.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There was no such thing as defence in that game from either team.
Yeah.
It was just free for all. Now, it was great to watch, don't get me wrong, but Jesus Christ, if you're the Ulster defence coach, you're pulling your hair out looking at it. Like, it's just,
provided you have any here.
Provided you have any here, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it was a good game to watch. I'll be honest with you, I don't know why Dragons are at the bottom of the table. If they play like that, they're well able to score, but obviously their big problem is keeping the lads out at the other end. But yeah, look, it was a nice game to watch. A couple of good results. I think Tusky got a couple of tries, did he? No, what you got him?
No, Doak. No, sorry. Hearn got 2, Hume got 1, and Wilson got 1.
That was it. Yeah, it was good. It was all right to watch. It was end to end, and the two lads just went at hammer and tongs. The two teams went at hammer and tongs for 80 minutes, and it's not the game of the weekend, but it's up there.
Matt, your thoughts on the Ulster Dragons game?
Look, I mean, it was a spectacle to watch. That's for sure. Like, you know, and I actually think Scott Wilson came on. He fucking saved that game. Like, he came on and scored a try out of absolutely nothing and turned the game on its head in 70 minutes. Literally, he won that game for them. He came on he was literally on the park a couple of minutes, massive turnover, and then ran in a try. Just unbelievable.
And they've had their thing. Wilson is definitely a contender for Ireland.
Yeah. Somebody said to me that Wilson got man of the match in 10 minutes of playing the game. Is that true?
I am not
I
sure.
don't know that, but it's more than a possibility, isn't it?
Like, if that's the case, he played 10 minutes and got fucking man of the match.
That's him going if he did.
Fucking hell.
That's a replacement prop stat right there now. Come on.
Yeah, 100%. Like, Jesus, imagine fucking other 29 players that were playing on that fucking pitch and they didn't even get a look in.
Yeah, Fairhead in there again. Yeah, he got man of the match.
10-minute performance. Holy fuck.
And Gregor Galway's backing that up.
Scott Wilson, fucking hats off to you, kid.
for 10 minutes work. Gregor's in there saying, take it, move on 5 times.
Absolutely.
Yeah. James,
and away from home as well.
Yeah. Actually, the 4 provinces are actually playing away from home this weekend. 4 of them. So
they're all away.
Yeah. Very odd one. James, your thoughts on the Ulster Dragons game?
It was on at the same time as the Connacht match, so all I saw was the highlights of it and what I saw was it was highly entertaining. If that was the highlights, I wouldn't have minded seeing the whole game. And I'm not sure how long that guy was on, but if he was only on for 10 minutes, he must have absolutely emptied the tank for those 10 minutes to get a man of the match in that space of time.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah. Let's see. I think. James, since I have you there, nice and handy.
I knew this was coming. Yeah. So he went to
nice and handy.
He went to you, Richard, when Munster lost. And because Leinster lost. So I knew where this was going. Come on, Matt or Danny. Come on, do your best.
Bring it on there.
Ospreys 43, Connacht 40. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 12 match, a 12 try Twitter.
Yeah, we had say that fast 3 times.
Yeah,
a 12 try.
Don't it sound like a Danny Healy-Rae if he does that.
Nobody will understand it.
Look, it was value for money watching that match, and anyone who went to the game absolutely got value for money. It was 43-40. We had the ball. We had an opportunity to take 3. Turned it down and kicked his corner and didn't convert, didn't get the try. I was thinking because the 2 kids were watching the game with me and they're saying, would they not take the points here? And I said that'll be just a draw. And I was sort of thinking, maybe they just go for it and win the game, take the 5 points. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. But yeah, one hell of a game, and Cathal Ford again. Jesus Christ, he has to be in the mix for an Ireland call up. He's just getting better week on week, and he's just consistent. I'd love to get him on the show on either the Monday night or the Thursday night show, just to have a chat with him. It'd be great. He'd be great entertainment, I'd say.
Yeah, James. One question for you: that 10-minute period in near the end of the second half, or the first half, sorry. 3 tries by the Ospreys in the matter of about 3 minutes. Do you think that's awful lot of damage to the kind of cycle going into the second half? Go at that stage?
Scott Fardy won't be missed. The defence was absolutely shocking. No. But the defence was shocking for both teams, actually. That's why you got 12 tries. But yeah, no, I don't think Scott Fardy will be missed. He hasn't brought anything much to the table in terms of bolstering the defence for Connacht. The attack is looking good and sharp. There is going to be a bit of a shake-up in Connacht in terms of coaching tickets. I think Muldoon's contract is coming up towards the end. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Line-out looks to be, it's 50-50 on the line-out, whether it's, whether they're going to win it or not. So there's some changes coming down the line there. But I don't think we're going to miss Scott Fardy. And I think we need this new guy that's coming in from the Southern Hemisphere. He has a pretty good reputation. Name escapes me right now. But he's a good reputation, so be looking forward to see what he brings.
A few comments in here as well. How can a team lose when scoring 40? Too soon, James?
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
Maybe
Yeah,
should
40
your
points.
team score just as much?
You'd have to say 40 points is a very good score to put up in a game, and to still lose. That's
Yeah.
just the
Yeah,
defense.
that doesn't happen often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, Joe.
Bevan is well here. Connacht did well against a team who have just beat the current champions who were still on a high. It was such a close finish. It was right. I think it was Joe you said there it was the penalty by Edwards in the 4th minute that made the difference. I think at the end, Joe, if he had made that penalty, Connacht would have gone for a 3 taken to win that way. Peter,
Isn't that a much nicer comment now than Joe's there, Bevan? Much kinder comment. Thank you, Bevan. I appreciate that.
yeah. It was a very nice comment, James. Keep you happy. Another nice comment is in from Peter for this class.
He is absolutely 100%, Peter. Yeah, he has to be in the mix for an Ireland call-up fairly soon.
Yeah, and I'd say made the summer tour and into the November windows might be nice for him as well to get some time there anyway. Mike Sheedy, URC Munster lost by 2, Leinster lost by 1, Connacht lost by 3. Which might be also the only team to win this weekend.
Yeah.
Did not have that in my bingo card for the weekend anyway.
And to be honest, it could have been very easy that all 4 of them lost.
Yeah.
And it could have been easy all 4 of them won too.
Yeah. Oh, Irish rugby is in crisis. All 4 teams nearly lost.
Pack it in, lads. Yeah, we're fucking
Fuck's sake.
world rankings.
We're fucking.
Panic stations. Hit the red button.
I was looking on the fucking Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you call it. As soon as the final whistle blew down in South Africa, the South Africans were out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
You bet
you know what?
1 point.
That's the funny thing, though. Did you see the stadium?
Yeah.
Nobody in it.
Fucking empty, right? But then all of a sudden, all these fucking fans come out of nowhere, and you're like, "Listen, right? I don't care. You've won grand, no bother. But shut the fuck up because you're not even there to support your own fucking teams when they're not playing. As soon as the Boks are playing, they're all out. Fucking full stadiums."
Another one there by Bevan. According to URC, Connacht have the best line-out in the league.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
That should secure John Muldoon's tenure for another while. So
yeah, hopefully anyway. Joe Lyne said he's keeping it real.
Yeah, you are, Joe. Yeah.
Let's see, Joe Lyne's all the URC games were one score wins, madness but great entertainment.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That's a fair.
And was it? Did I see somewhere as well? The league table where between 5th and 13th is only 5 points in the difference between all the teams.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tight one this year. On top of all that, just from a Munster point of view, we have to play Connacht and Ulster still.
Yeah.
Next weekend, test in the West, Richard.
Yeah.
And then we'll play Ulster as well.
Are you coming up for it? Are you?
No, I'm
Danny,
not.
are you coming up for it?
No, I won't be coming up at all, I'm afraid.
I'm going to make
one
a
of
banner
Mayo's?
say, hi, Richard and Danny. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that in the telly. I'm going to get one of those.
We'll try, all right.
Is it in the next room or is it in Mayo?
Mayo,
Castlebar and McHale Park.
Yeah.
4,500 sold out for months.
Yeah. See, Bevan is in here. Ford is definitely making the summer tour, especially if Bundy goes in the lines.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. It's probably him and McCloskey, I'd say.
Yeah.
Richard, your thoughts on the Connacht Ospreys game?
I went in to make myself a cup of tea just to kick off, and I came back to it with a try and I went, "Oh, what the fuck?" It was a great try. It was a great try. Yeah. And it was just ding dong non-stop for 80 minutes. Then after that, like I said, the Ulster game was good, but this game was actually better if you're looking at it from a neutral's point of view because it was just end to end. Now again, the defense on both teams didn't really show up, so there'll be extra push-ups for everyone in training, I'd imagine.
Maybe this beer for the props. That could be put.
Don't be talking stupid.
Sacrilegious, that, Danny.
Don't be talking stupid. We don't perform without that.
Silly man.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe they didn't get enough beer.
Yeah, maybe not.
You have a point there, Richard. Now, maybe not getting enough beer and steak. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the cutback. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
look, it was a fucking cracker of a game. And to me, that
Yeah.
is the game of the weekend. I'm not going to lie to you. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I thought it was just biased, but I thought it was definitely the game of the weekend, all right. Even though we lost. But it was still a cracking game.
Matt, your thoughts on the Ulster the Connacht Ospreys game?
Yeah, look, it was by far the game of the weekend. It was unbelievable. And like Richie said, if both teams had their defence on point that day, the score would have been 23-20, I would imagine. But just looking at it there, right, like Connacht started so well, two early tries, looked to have the game looked like they were flowing, in control, and then from 14 minutes to 50-something minutes in the game, fucking Ospreys scored 5 tries, unanswered. 5 fucking tries. So the score was like, 38-14 or something. So they were down by 24 points, and they came back. So fucking hell, and I was fucking rooting for them to actually go and win it, because they just and that kind of fucking try that kind of that last try that fucking Ospreys got. I can't remember the fella who fucking ran it who got the try anyway. I can't remember, but that just really took the sting out of fucking Connacht's tail and kind of sealed Ospreys to win. But fucking hell, it was just what an end to the game. Like,
even there was one in the second half, and for the bounce of a ball, the ball bounced and went over the Connacht player. If he had got that, he was close. Yeah,
if that was a kinder bounce, he was gone. Do you know what I mean? And there was really some instances like that had happened. If it had gone the other way, it definitely would have made the game a different game. But Jesus, it was great to watch. Like, it really was.
Yeah. Casendi was the last try scorer for the Ospreys in 56 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was it. So I'd say that was him, because Connacht scored 2 tries after that as well. Anyway, lads, we have a few minutes left over. And we'll get through some comments here. Anyway. Peter saying Daniel Mitchell's passports are out of date, so they can't travel. You see, no,
Peter, they're already out. What Peter's missing, they're already outside the pale. They don't need passports. They're just too fucking lazy to go up.
No, the problem I have is all Ireland men, they're not considered currency in Mayo, because it's so rare. Some possible,
You're probably going to Croke Park, are you, for the following day for the Mayo Kerry game, are you?
Oh yeah, that's the following day. Jesus.
Yeah.
I've cousins from Kerry, and my grandfather was a great GA man.
Yeah.
Wexford haven't won anything in the football since 55 or whatever it was, and he used to come down. Sure, there's that many Ireland medals, you get him out when you're changed down in Kerry.
Yeah. No, in fact, is this the one with the tall cousins and stuff like
that? They're all big men. Yeah. I have two uncles. One is 6'10" and 6'11".
It was
and they're the 2 babies of the family.
Pat Spillan's famous.
And they weren't fucking back rowers, no.
Pat Spillan's famous remark when he met the Mayo team after the All Ireland final in the Croke Park Hotel. He said there was a whole Mayo team inside in the Croke Park, and we had 6 All Ireland medals between us.
Yeah. And you wonder why they're...
Yeah. Even we thought it was funny in Mayo.
Yeah. Sure, trust me, it's been 74 years, James.
Anyway, look, this is a rugby program. Let's go back to talking about rugby. Thanks, Jack.
All right, so Joe, what I'll do is I'll ask you your predictions for the games of the weekend. We'll start with Friday night's game. Matt, Ulster versus Stormers, Ulster at home. Your thoughts on that one? How do you think it'll go?
It'll all depend whether South Africa have decided to send any fucking players for the Stormers, or have they sent a fucking Mickey Mouse squad. So It'll just depend on that, really. If it's a full strength Stormers, I'd say Ulster will struggle, but if it's not, I'd say Ulster will win.
Richard?
Yeah, what Matt said, it's going to depend on what comes up, because a lot of the times the South Africans tend not to travel well. They're like bleak. But
They're like Guinness.
Yeah. No, if the Stormers send up any sort of a decent team, I'd expect the Stormers to win it. But other than that, Ulster should take it.
Yeah. James, you're calling Ulster versus Stormers.
I'm hoping for an Ulster win on that one.
I come back around. Connacht versus Munster, James.
Oh, that'll be Connacht on home advantage. 24,500 people shouting their lungs out, and the poor old Munster lads having to travel up an extra hour and a half past Galway to get to it. They'll be fucked.
Miserable cunt.
They'll be fucked.
Richard, your thoughts on the Connacht Munster game?
Oh, Munster with a bonus. Munster with a bonus point.
Yeah, I back that one now. Don't worry. Matt, Connacht versus Munster.
I'm glad you came to me last on this one.
Yeah.
Because I was going to go Munster, but I'm going to fucking go Connacht now because you used to be blank.
Man.
Go on, Connacht.
Let's see. Bevan here saying Ulster by 5, Connacht by 10.
Good on you.
Point score being a penalty. Leinster by 5. In that one.
I'll take that all day long.
Yeah. Peter saying Ulster won't win that one.
No one
Jason,
fucking asked you.
Yeah, what the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened next time down there?
You don't have to make Brooks predictions with goals.
Yeah.
Worked out well. Ulster are winning that now, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, James. Oh, I'm going to keep this in here for now, mate. Gregor going for Ulster, Munster, and Leinster.
Oh, Gregor. Oh, Jesus Christ, that hurts. Oh.
Mike Sheedy going for a Munster win.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Joe Lyons going Ulster, Connacht, Sharks by 5.
All is forgiven, Joe. All is forgiven. Good man.
And James, you might want to have a word here with Peter. Connacht will win that.
He's fucking around it.
Shut up.
He's just gone and fucking around it.
He's putting the hex on you.
You know what, lad? I had here for a reason. Thanks, Peter. Thanks. We owe you. We owe you. Free passes over next time we're down.
Do you see it? Do you see it there? Can you?
Yeah. Now, Matt, I ask you this one. I come to you in this one. Sharks versus Leinster. Who do you think will win that one?
Again, like I said this the last time. I said it last time when Leinster were playing Bulls. I said it was going to be a very, very tough game, and I could see the Bulls winning that one, which I was fucking right. Sharks wouldn't be as good as the Bulls, I would imagine. But look, you know, Leinster need to win this game now to get some sort of fucking respect from the South Africans. So I'm going to back them to win, but it's going to be a messy game. I think it's going to be another fucking 2 or 3 pointer job.
Richard, your thoughts on the Sharks versus Leinster game?
No, I didn't see today, but by all accounts, there's quite a few injuries after that game in the Leinster panel. I heard that Cian Healy was seen flying out.
Oh,
He was, yeah. I saw that, yeah.
That kind of way. So it's really going to depend on the injury situation. But
Yeah.
if they can put out a decent team, I'll expect them to win it. But it's going to be a tight game. It won't be any more than 7 points.
James, before I ask you your opinion, Joe Lyne says mother-in-law was on me saying I need to practice Scott properly.
yeah, there you go.
So, James, your thoughts on the Sharks versus Leinster game?
That's not at altitude this time, is it?
No, they're down at sea level.
No.
Yeah.
So I think that'll play into Leicester's hands, and I'd say it'll be a narrow win for Leicester on that one.
Let's see, Peter being very diplomatic here as well. Close game, agree with Matt. Leinster versus Sharks, 3 to 5 points in it. No, I know he doesn't predict a winner on that.
Yeah. He doesn't say it.
Yeah. That's our last game is on Sunday.
Girls.
Yeah. We are Italy, yeah. Italy versus Ireland on in Italy. James, how do you think that one will go?
I think we'll have far too much for Italy. I think it'll be a 6-try bonanza for Ireland. I think on that one, and I think I think we'll win that one handy enough.
Do you know what, James? I give the last few results from Italy versus Ireland. Last few times they met.
You'd be
Italy
surprised here now,
27,
James.
Italy 27, Ireland 21. That was 24. Back in 2023, it was Italy 24, Ireland 7. In
And we have
2022,
to saying they're a completely different team this year than they were last year. Were you not listening earlier on when I said that?
Apparently not.
in 2022, Ireland won 29-8. So this could be a very good game. Now, Richard,
Ireland is going to win that one handy. I'm telling you now, Danny.
don't put a Peter Burke on this one.
Put your 5 shillings on it now. Go on. Take it out from under the mattress there and put your 5 shillings on Ireland to
5 shillings.
You know what? I put my 5 Ireland medals from 1952 on there. Richard, your thoughts on the Italy Ireland game?
Good time Sunday, 3 o'clock. I'll start with that. I'm off Sunday. So,
That's always a good start.
Great excuse.
I fancy Ireland to win it, and possibly with a bonus point if they can get their handling errors and that sorted out. I expect them to could run riot against Italy.
Yeah. Matt, your thoughts on Italy versus Ireland?
Yeah, look, I'm the same as Richie there. Get their handling right, get the kicks right, they'll dominate, and I think they will win, and I think they'll win it in style as well. Now, in saying that, Italy are a good team, and they have been in the last few years, but it's going to be a belter of a game. But I just think Ireland have come on leaps and bounds in the last few years, and given that performance against France last week, they'll be hurting after that, because the game was there for the taking for them, and I think they'll right the wrongs now last week, and I think they'll go and get the win in fucking Italy, and I think they'll win well. They'll definitely get a bonus point, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It was just, I suppose we'll all know by next Monday anyway. Dad, it's been a pleasure. James, Richard, Matt, until next time, take care. Everybody,
Down, lads.
Take it easy.
Take care, lads.
Cheers.
See you later.
Good luck.
Look.